have laid on the table what we're sending people that ask for bids on the street. Whenever some of them come, we're also gonna ask for bid and preparation work to each overlay on the streets and stuff. To get an estimate on that. These streets is what the street committee talked to us about, what was priority on their list. Grass Street, Greg, you said approximately 1,100 feet. I measured out 850 without even go all the way. That's the difference.
No, I think we decided to go stop at the end of the new construction for the apartments.
That is 800. That's where I stopped.
Do we ever get an answer from them about whether we want to pay that?
They are gonna pave it, I don't know just how much they're gonna come on.
The gravel?
Right there, for anybody that knows what we're talking about, the Pines Apartments remodeling everything, they redid their parking lot in concrete. They tore the street up, they refinished, they re-gravelled and leveled the street out. And their plans, from what I was told, is sometime before the end of summer, they're gonna repave just that area that they tore up.
Are you talking on the red lane side?
No, on the
Hospital
Mennonite
side.
Church, right behind the hospital.
Right there, Fellowship Drive. And they're supposed to, is it Clay Street?
I think.
So they're the Reed Banks.
Oh, that's
They're
Clay
supposed
Street.
to pave that street too.
Really? You didn't say nothing about that when I asked about it.
If you look on that, we're gonna be taking bids until the 29th, 2 o'clock. And we've had several call today and read the advertisement, and this has been back to us. So there is some interest in it right now. Any other questions on water and sewer?
Yeah, and the person is about $30.
Some of that will have to be off street more especially. I think part of that will have to be ripped out.
Yeah, and Hickory's not a whole lot better.
But whenever they come to look at it, Steve and I want to drive them over. Now we'll see the report from the visitor center. Any questions on that? Back on water and sewer, how many of you received the report? You need to pass any out. Miller and Rose does a audit each year on the water and sewer. Basically what this says is that Stacy provided them with everything that they asked for. They were able to find anything they had questions on, they were able to find it. Just, they didn't find anything wrong. Nothing that, as part of obtaining reasonable assurance about for the Cal Clark Water and Sewer Finance statements are free from material misstatements We perform tests of its compliance with certain provisions of law, regulations, contracts, and grant agreements. Compliance with which could have direct and material effect on the determination of financial statements amounts. However, providing an opinion on compliance with those provisions was not an object of audit, and accordingly we do not express such of an opinion. The result of our test declares no instances of non-compliance or other matters that are required to be reported under governmental auditing standards. So we come through in a good place on the audit. Next is unfinished business, meeting procedure and policy. In your packet, have a copy of the meeting procedures, and you also have a new copy. Concerning the video. You want to read them? I've got the old copy.
Okay, the motion made at the last meeting was to add the word video after audio, and you can see it highlighted where I did it there. And then when I spoke to everyone, leading up to that meeting, the number 2 item, that he, she shall remain in the designated press area at all times, was the sort of consensus. So I added that, according to what I heard, that any other revisions or exclusions can be made.
This is up to the council.
But still, talked about, I wasn't here, but you talked about setting up some more guidelines and stuff. Tonight or?
That's what we're discussing right now. Mainly what we're suggesting is whoever's videoing will sit in the area designated as, got some press video designations over there. And that's where they would sit. Anybody got anything they'd like to add to that, or any changes? Do I hear a motion to accept the amended version of the rules?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, to pass the amended rules for, I will read them. Calico Rock City Council establishes the following policy for meeting procedure for the year 2012. Meeting time will be at 7 p.m. on the second Monday of each month. Council will designate the seating area for the public. Council will take all steps necessary to ensure the people's business is conducted in an orderly manner, to protect the rights of the people to see and hear the proceedings. Disruptive, distracting, or rude behavior such as talking, whispering, unnecessary movements, so on will not be permitted. The council will allow a 3-minute public comment by residents of Calico Rock on the issues appropriate for council consideration at the commencement of the meeting. All persons, resident or otherwise, wishing to address the council other than in the public comment time may make a request by contacting the city clerk or the mayor no later than Tuesday prior to the day of the meeting, to the request being placed on the agenda for the next meeting. The request shall state fully the purpose so that if possible, the mayor or the clerk can handle it. If the issue cannot be resolved in this manner and is appropriate for the council consideration, the mayor may, in his sole discretion, place the matter on the agenda for the next meeting. Council members may introduce any matter pertaining to city business when the council considers old or new business, as the case may be, without it being listed specifically on the agenda. If the council wishes to elicit information on a topic of old or new business from a meeting attendee, it shall do so, but this does not open the floor for any other public comment. The council will permit audio-video recording of the meeting subject to the following conditions. The person recording shall keep the device on his or her person. And 2, he or she shall remain in the designated press area at all times. And she shall remain at all times in his or her seat. And he or she shall act in a manner which does not disrupt the proceedings, and if it is disruptive, it will be discontinued on order of the mayor or council. It will be the policy of the council as a duly elected representative of the people of Council Rock to do whatever is necessary to ensure their ability to conduct the people's business in an orderly manner, including but not limited to the removal of any person whose behavior disrupts the meeting or is detrimental to the rights of the people of Council Rock, acting through their duly elected representatives.
Ronnie, do we need to put something in there about turning off all cell phones and electronic devices with the exception of those seated in the designated area?
It wouldn't hurt.
I don't know how the council feels about that. It's just, you know,
I have my phone for saying leaving.
it's up
I
to
think
the-
we're more guilty of leaving our phones
I
on
know,
than
I
the
am.
people in the audience are. I think most people have enough courtesy to turn them off when we're done there.
Fantastic.
It won't hurt, we don't know what kind of road we're on, so.
Again, I'll make a motion, we pass this as written. And if it doesn't work out, we can always modify it one way or another, whether
Then
it's.
if I'm reading this right, the only place if you're videoing, the only place you can set is in the designated area.
Designated area.
Pretty good. I'd say that. I'll second it.
Thank you.
We have a motion and a second to pass the amended version. Passed originally first and 9 and 12. Any other comments on it? Roll call vote.
Becky,
Yes.
Linda, Bill,
Yes.
Greg,
Yes.
Fred,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Motion passed, unanimous. Charles,
I'm
you want to
turning it
put that
off.
video?
I'm turning it off. Trying to.
You're welcome, we're in video.
We're already there.
We're videoing.
Any other old business?
As a caveat to what we just passed, I'm gonna ask the press and people in the audience to bear with us for a couple, 2-3 months, see if this is gonna work, and if we have to modify it in any way, shape, or form, that we can talk about it at a later date.
See, you have a good clear view, machine shut off, it's quiet.
That's why it would be a problem, never, I'm just saying, let's just leave it as is, at least for now, and not jump to conclusions, the next month we have to modify it. Let's wait a month.
I will try to make the point to unplug it.
We'll see it on.
I'm looking for me to try to make the point to unplug it. Before it's me. Any other old business? Next, new business, Alan Dunn.
Good evening, everyone. I have submitted to the record a resolution calling for Calico Rock, Arkansas City Council.
Ma'am, you got to sit down.
Resolution calling for Calico Rock, Arkansas City Council and Public Water Utility to warn the public to the dangers of hexafluorosilicic acid and to stop the artificial fluoridation of Calico Rock's drinking water with the chemical H2SiF6. Whereas the Health and Human Services and Center for Disease Control recently announced that 41% of teens between the ages of 12 and 15 years have dental fluorosis caused from overexposure to fluoride. Whereas the National Academy of Science and National Research Center report of 2006 found that low levels of fluoride increase the rate of bone fractures, severity of diabetes, brittle bones, and contributes to thyroid dysfunction, and has been linked to various cancers. Whereas the CDC has warned parents of the dangers of using fluoridated water in baby formula as it may result in fluorosis. In addition, over 25 studies have linked fluoride to lowered IQ in children. Whereas water fluoridation has been used as medication, yet does not allow for control of dosage. Infants, young children, adults, and pets receive the same amount of fluoride in glass without consideration to differences in age, weight, or sensitivity. Whereas the chemical H2SiF6, a byproduct of phosphate fertilizer production purchased from Harcross Chemicals Incorporated, is a highly corrosive chemical that is not of medical or pharmaceutical purity and is known to cause dental fluorosis and skeletal bone disease. Whereas the Center for Disease Control says the predominant effect of fluoride is topical, from fluoride treatments or using fluoridated toothpaste, not from drinking fluoridated water. Artificial water fluoridation is not only costly and ineffective, but dangerous to many. It is hereby resolved that Calico Rock City Council immediately include a warning on utility bills of the risk posed from giving fluoridated water to infants or those adversely affected by fluoride. Carry out an independent chemical analysis of the hexafluorosilicic acid being used to verify it is free of radioactive isotopes, heavy metals, and ensure it is safe for all. Vote to end the practice of water fluoridation, and until that time, issue an immediate moratorium to protect those being harmed. You can't ship this stuff without labeling it hazardous waste. You can't dump it in a river, an ocean, or a landfill, but you can send it to our kitchen sink. Thank you.
Any comments?
I know we studied this 2 years ago, we extensively.
It was about 5 years.
5 years ago.
Took it 2 years to decide.
It took, it took, but anyway,
I put about 40 hours in on the computer, and he's quoting CDC, and as recent as even on, these are the people that are for it.
Yeah.
This was just printed off computer, because I looked at this just this recently. Look on the back page up there, U.S. Centers for Disease and
Control,
Prevention,
yeah.
CDC is for it.
I know. I was gonna say that we went through this, we decided that there was no health hazard. We went through months of changing the pumps and getting the right dosage and everything else. Same thing, if you wanna look at it that way. Chlorine is a highly corrosive acid, it'll kill you too.
Absolutely.
We've been putting that in the water for years. I grew up north.
Put a filter on.
But I grew up north in a fluoridated city since the 50s. And believe it or not, I got most all my own teeth yet.
Me too.
I don't see any reason to change this resolution.
Everybody on the council had any other new business?
I got a question,
Okay.
Mr. Mayor. I'm not sure that I understand well on the ambulance service. I understood it that we pay a tax, $50 tax, and that if you live in the city limits of Calico Rock, ambulance ride is supposed to be payable. Is that correct?
If it's vital.
It's vital.
County ambulance.
That ambulance.
I think that's only the nearest facility. I don't think they would transport you, if they go to Little Rock, they're gonna charge your insurance, or charge you.
Yeah.
All right, that answers
Anything else? Got a motion to adjourn? Move. All in favor, stand. Greg, will you dismiss us?
Well, again, Lord, you this time give us to take care of the city business in a way that's appropriate to you, Lord. Okay? Lord, each and every one of us in their homes, Lord. Watch over us, Lord. Lead, guide, and direct us in all these things, Lord. In your name I pray. Amen.
Yeah.